What's up YouTube? For today's video, we have a full Shocker Moves Pokemon team. Now, I did a little vote on my community tab, and most of you all want the Ultra Sun and Moon theme team still, mostly. So I'm going to be doing that. I hear you. So pretty much with the Let's Go teams, I'll be doing them only every now and then, or if I specifically need to do them, right? So say I need to use Melton or Melmetal or something specifically to do with, Let's Go, I'll be doing that one. But pretty much most of them, I'd say, will be Ultra Sun and Moon all the way up to Generation 8. And then we can finally go on to a new generation. Anyway, people, let's get into it. If you're hyped for these Ultra Sun and Moon teams back, please leave a like on the video. If you enjoy the content, I really appreciate that too. We have a battle on my Discord. This one was against Luca, and we've got a Lapras lead. Now, it's safe to say, people, this battle was rather shocking. Now, I've got two battles in this one. They're actually fairly long battles like something else, but seriously, there was some really good battles. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Okay, the question for today is, though, what is your favorite electric-type Pokemon? Since we're talking about shocking things, leave it below in the comment section. I want to see what your favorite electric type is. Someone better put Stunfisk in there. Okay, so on this set, we've got Max Attack and Max Speed. I've got Belly Drum, Spore, Conversion, and Freeze Shock. Now, Freeze Shock is it's a pretty interesting move. It's got some very, very nice base power, 140 base power, and it's a 2 charge up turn move. So it's like Solar Beam. You could say it's like Solar Beam, right? Now, that kind of forced me to run the Power Herb on it. So once I fired one Freeze Shock off, that was Smeagol done. That was pretty much his best work. Unless I could put the opponent to sleep again and, wait another turn for it to, charge up. Anyway, so my Freeze Shock misses against the Lapras. Now, you're probably wondering why I use Freeze Shock against Lapras. And in this case, this was the best. This was like Smeagol was the most useless Pokemon against this team. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. So, alright, so we're going to put out the Lapras. My move actually missed after doing all that belly drumming and all that, powering up, converting myself, and Smeagol is only going to go down to a Whirlpool. Man, that was the greatest start. That was you couldn't hope for a better start than that. All right, so now we're going to go into Magneton. Now, Magneton was pretty good against this team. However, the moves that I had to use were, they're rather terrible. So it wasn't all like. It looks good on paper. Actually, no, it doesn't look good on paper. It looks like arse on paper. So we got Metal Sound, Electric Terrain, Thunder Shock, and Swagger. So we got Max Health and Max Special Attack, the item as Everlight, and abilities as Analytic. So we need to get the Electric Terrain up. We need to go for a Metal Sound and then go for a Thunder Shock. So we got the Shock in there, people. Swagger is just pretty much something to do to like ground types or stuff that, or like with Voltas or why I could swap right. Okay, so I nearly take a Lapras out with Thunder Shock, guys. You don't hear that one very often, and it's going to go for a Whirlpool. So this is obviously like a bulky trapping kind of set. If it did have Toxic, it won't be able to hit me with it. So I could go for Thunder Shock the next move and to take out this annoying lead Lapras. And what I was thinking, right, is this is going to be quite a handy Pokemon for the battle, and one other on my team as well. But we're not going to give that away just yet. Okay, so taking out the first Lapras, the Lapras at the start, you guys can probably guess what this is. This is a full Lapras team. So we got another Lapras coming out. Now, that's why I said at the start that Smeagol was going to be really, really useless, right? Because it had Freeze Shock, and that was its only move. So I was like, I'm going to send that out at the start, to see what this Lapras is going to do. Give me a fair idea, and then I can bring something in to counter it. Okay, so we got Bulldoze on the Lapras. It's going to be super effective, dropping my speed, unfortunately. Now, the electricity is going to disappear from the battlefield, which is going to make my Thunder Shock a little bit weak. Not that it wasn't weak enough already. So we're going to have to swap out due to that speed drop, and we're going to go into the Oranguru. Let's go what this Oranguru set was. Now, Oranguru is a really, really, it's a really, really decent Pokemon. We got on this one Psychic Terrain. So we had a couple of terrains on this team. And we got Psyshock. Obviously, that was my shock move. I had Toxic and Safeguard. So this was a really, really difficult team because if you look at all the moves, they're mostly special. And the physical attacking move, right, is a 2-turn charge-up move, and it's coming from a Smeagol. So it was a difficult and challenging team to do. So first things first, I was like, I'm going to put a Toxic on that Lapras right away, and then I'm going to start to use Psyshock against it, and see how much it does. So it does pretty good damage. I've got a critical hit there, and now we got the Lapras going for the curse. I was like, oh, I hope this thing doesn't have rest because I'm going to get swept by like easily. I can't, even if I want to bring in the Cavalry, it's only a Magneton with Thunder Shock and another Pokemon with an equally as bad electric type move. So anyway, I'm going to go for another Psyshock here, hoping Lapras doesn't have rest, hoping it's just going to attack me afterwards with the physical attack. Psyshock does nothing, and now we got the Avalanche. Now Avalanche is boosted, doubles in base power after it gets hit, And, man, I got absolutely shredded there. But I was happy with the damage that I did to the Lapras. You know, it was a pretty scary set. So I can bring anything in to take this out. So I thought, let's bring in the Magneton. I can go for the Thunder Shock Disrespect there and take it out. Now, I didn't dare to go for another Electric Terrain or anything like that because I didn't want the Lapras, number 1, going to sleep or just, you know, number 2, taking me out. So we got 2 Lapras down. We still got 4 Laprases to go. Now, when you verse a team of 6 Lapras, right, they are really, really bulky on the special side. So go for the Metal Sound here. I thought that'd be better than me going for a Thunder Shock again, especially against the Lapras. I thought I could bring another Pokemon here to help me up. Now we got a Lapras go for the Dragon Dance. It's like, it's a speedy Lapras. Time to get swept. So I thought, well, there's no point in me swapping out. I don't want to swap out here. I'm going to go for Thunder Shock, right? Lapras is going to go for the Aqua Tail, which is going to have a +1 attack and speed, and that is going to take my Magneton out, unfortunately. I would have loved to be able to get, like, another Thunder Shock, or Aqua Tail Miss would have been absolutely amazing, right? So now we're going to bring in the Raichu. Don't you write me a love song. So I'm going to go for the Shockwave. Now, if you guys do remember, it did actually have a, prior to the Shockwave, it did have a Metal Sound up. So Shockwave does a lot of damage. Man, all these shocking moves. So we're going to go for, tank that Aqua Tail on the Raichu, which is amazing. However, Lapras does have Dragonette and Ice Shard. And that is going to take my Raichu down. Damn, things are not looking good, people. I've only got 2 more Pokemon. So we're going to go into Salazzle. Now, Salazzle has Venoshock. I actually had to explain I'll explain my Raichu set in the next battle. So we got Toxic, Venoshock, Substitute, and Venom Trench. I'm just going to finish that straight away with Venoshock. No games there. I couldn't risk I was definitely going to go down to an Aqua Tail. So on this one, I had max special attack and max speed. I had the ability, obviously, as Corrosion and item as Black Sludge. So we got another Lapras coming out. Any water-type move is really going to rustle up my Salazzle. So I'm going to go for Toxic, and then I'm going to go for the Venoshock. So that misses, which I'm very, very thankful about. Now I was thinking, let's go for the Substitute, right? This is some scummy stuff. So throwing up the Substitute, and then it goes for Horn Drill. So it's got Fissure, and it's got Horn Drill. So I'm really scared of this Lapras. Like, these are the sort of sets that always work well against me. I don't know, they just always do. I quite like using them too, but I don't know. So anyway, they've got Bright Powder. Venoshock actually misses, and now they're going to go for a scummy double team. So let's have a look at this set. It's got Horn Drill, Fissure, double team, and it's holding Bright Powder or Lax Incense. And I'm not sure what the other move is. I hope it's not rest. I hope it's not rest. So going for another Venoshock, misses again. And now the Fissure is going to miss his Substitute. So I was thinking, all I pretty much have to do here is, even if I don't land an attack, if this Lapras, right, can keep missing with its one-hit KO moves, I'm going to be good to go, right? Okay, so going for another Venoshock on the Lapras. I was like, oh, this is good. That's the Lapras down. And it lives on 1 health. It doesn't matter if I play Ultra Sun and Moon. Let's go. Pokemon Yellow. Something is going to live on 1 health. And Lapras actually gets rid of my Substitute too. So that free Substitute was actually really big there. I'm not going to have that one up. I thought I could go for another one, but it's going to go down to Toxic. So that's really unfortunate, but at least I got around the Fissure, Bright Powdering, Horn Drilling Lapras. Anyway, so we got the 5th Lapras coming. It's called Ducks. I'm like, okay, I wonder what it's called Ducks for. So I'm gonna go for the Toxic again. This is literally my best play, to go for the Toxic and then to go for the Venoshock. So pretty much at this state, a Water Gun was gonna take me out, and Lapras is gonna go for a Ancient Power here. So like, okay, the last thing I want to do actually is to get for it to get a Ancient Power boost, because that'd be really, really scary. Lapras is like, it's bulky enough. So I've got the Toxic up. Now I can freely go for the Venoshock here. I thought Venoshock would be, probably about a 2 to 3 hit KO. That was pretty good damage. I was very, very happy with that one. So now we got the Lapras going for the Ancient Power there, and it's almost going to take me out. I get some Black Sludge recovery. Now here, I was actually thinking I can quickly go for a Substitute here, get some more Toxic damage up, and then go for the Venoshock afterwards. And, that should be enough to take out the, the Lapras there. So I went for the Substitute, but it turns out, right, I had one more. I only needed, guys, one more health for that Substitute to work out. I looked at it while I was banning. I thought that's like enough, but yeah, that was really unfortunate. I could have gone for a Venoshock there and taken the Lapras out, but that was it, guys. I got trolled by one health. So the Lapras is still hanging around. I could have just gone for Venoshock there. I definitely could have gone for that instead of being a smartass, but I went for the Substitute, and I thought I'd make it, but I didn't. So my last Pokemon is the Behemoth. I'm going to get hit by the Signal Beam there, and it's about a 5 hit KO. I'm going to go for Trick Room on Behemoth. Now, Behemoth's a really, really cool Pokemon. It's got a thumping special attack stat too. Let's go over its move set. I actually did these battles like on half sleep too. I'll tell you a funny. I'll tell you. Well, it's not really funny. I'll tell you a story in the next battle. So we got Psyshock, Trick Room, Cosmic Power, and Recover. Max Health, Max Special Attack, Analytic, and Psyche MC. Now, obviously, I've got Analytic and Trick Room. It doesn't work that well. Sometimes I won't set up the Trick Room. I'll just go for Psyshock, right? But I had that Trick Room so I could go first. So the last Pokemon is the Lapras. I was like, let's go for the Psyche MZ Psyshock here and see how much damage we actually can do to this Lapras. I know Lapras is bulky, but this thing's got some pretty good special attack there, and I definitely wouldn't underestimate this Pokemon, at all. Okay, so while I'm doing my Z move, I have got my Raichu set, max special attack and max speed, Shockwave, Thunder Shock, Nasty Plot, and Substitute, Lightning Rod, and the item is Zap Plate. So Lapras is going to go for a Sing. Oh man, I'm glad that missed. I can go for a Psyshock here, and I'm going to take out the Lapras with that, which is really nice. Hope you guys enjoyed this first battle. It was a full Lapras team. Some of these 6 Pokemon teams are really interesting. Okay, let's get on to the second battle. Man, I actually need a drink real quick. Okay, that was a shocking drink. So we got a Tauros lead, and this is a battle against Hunt on my Discord. Now, this really wasn't a very, very good matchup. Poor Smeagol. So I got to swap the Smeagol out. There's no way I'm going to be able to outspeed a Tauros. And even if I do, I probably won't take it out anyway. So it's going to go for a Rage. So it's a Rage Tauros. That's all the rage these days. So I've got my Magneton. I can just fully set up anything. The only thing I was worried about was a ground type move, which of course it had. So it's going to go for Stomping Tantrum. That does a lot of damage to me. Now I'm going to set up the Electric Terrain here. Now I wasn't sure if I would live the next one or not. Judging on min and max damage, I was like, I might just be able to live this one and get a Thunder Shock off against this Tauros. So Tauros is going to go for another Stomping Tantrum. That is probably just enough to take out my Magneton, unfortunately. And Magneton is going to go down. That's really unfortunate. So, however, we got the Electric Terrain on the field. So I thought, let's go for Raichu, right? I might be able to get a powerful Shockwave off against this. So go for the Shockwave. It does nothing. And now we got the Tauros going for the Stomping Tantrum here, and that's actually not going to take out my Raichu. Raichu lives on 32 health. So I went for the Thunder Shock here. I was like, let's just get some damage off against this thing. It doesn't really matter. I get a critical hit. It actually does as much as Shockwave. And Tauros is going to take me out with this Stomping Tantrum. Guys, I'm getting swept by a Stomping Tantrum Tauros right now. Oh my goodness. So I can bring in my Salazzle and just take this one out real quick with the Venoshock. I dare not go for the Substitute because it's going to get broken, and I don't want to actually mess that one up. However, we got the Tauros swapping out into another Pokemon, which is the Seeking. Now, Seeking was actually quite a good Pokemon against my team too. Well, if let's say if my Magneton and Raichu were still breathing, but they weren't, so I had Lightning Rod. So I guess that wasn't too bad there. I was actually looking in the team preview, like there was a fair few counters to this team. So I'm going to set up the Toxic against the Seeking. Now, any water type move from this thing was actually going to destroy me. It's going to go for the Icy Wind. So I'm guessing maybe there they expected a swap. Salazzle not to stay in against the Seeking. So now Salazzle's actually a fairly fast Pokemon, so I was thinking I could go for the Venoshock here. I'm quite confident I can still outspeed the Seeking, even on a -1 in speed, because I'm actually running, a Timid Nature on this thing too. So going for the Venoshock on the Seeking, and that is enough to take it out. I don't know whether that crit even mattered. It's very, very powerful coming from Salazzle, unless the Seeking was very, very tanky, extremely tanky. So we got the Float Cell coming out. Now, I know Float Cell is definitely going to be able to float my boat and take me out. So I'm going to swap out the Salazzle, and I'm going to go here into Oranguru. That was really my only hope here. It was a bulky Pokemon. I thought, that's kind of my best bet here. So we got a special Float Cell there, wagging its little tail at me and firing a Surf right at me. Now, Surf does pretty good damage to Oranguru. Oranguru is very, very bulky. And now we've got a Razor Wind going from the Float Cell. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Razor Wind's like a movie you never ever see too. So it's going to have Power Herb, and they're going to get fully charged by the Power Herbs. Like, oh, please no hacks here. Hacks doesn't occur. And now I can go for the Psyshock on the Float Cell. Does pretty good damage too. It's a 2-hit KO. So now I'm expecting another Surf from the Float Cell, and that'll put my Oranguru in like really, really low health then. So, at least it got rid of the Float Cell. The Float Cell was sort of my worry because Salazzle was, like looking at my team, right, guys, I'd say that Oranguru and Salazzle were the best of my team, right? So if I lost them, it was pretty much over. I'd say it was pretty much over. So anyway, we've got the Leaf On coming in here, and I'm going to go for the Psyshock. However, we've got we got the Z move. This is a Z Sunny Day coming from Leaf. No, sorry, I went for the Toxic right here. I went for the Toxic because I thought Psyshock's probably not going to do a lot to Leafon. Leafon's actually got some nice base defense, and it's going to go for the Z Sunny Day. So like, okay, that's cool. That's fine. At least I got a free Toxic off against this Leafon. That's pretty good. I can go for the Venoshock afterwards, and it's going to have Leaf Guard. I'm like, no, it doesn't have Chlorophyll. It's got Leaf Guard, so Leaf Guard obviously blocks all those moves. And now it's going to go for the knockoff and take off my Oranguru. Man, there's nothing I could have done there. There's no way that I could have known they had Leaf Guard either. Okay, so it's got my terrain extend. Of course, my Oranguru set. That was actually, I explained that. I just didn't say I had a terrain extender as the item. I had max health and max special attack on that one too. All right, so we got the Leafon going for the knockoff. That's going to get rid of my Black Sludge. Now I'm going to go for the Venoshock against Leafon, and that does some pretty good damage, taking it out in one shot. So even without a Toxic from an Oranguru, it was still enough to take it out. So, that wasn't too bad. Okay, now people, we got the extra drill. I was like, oh no, I can't do anything against this thing because I've only got Venoshock as my attacking move, right? However, your boy does have a corrosion on this, so that's going to actually poison the extra drill. So, okay, that's not too bad. Now we got the Sandstorm coming from the extra drill. That's going to help the extra out exponentially. Did you see what I did there? So anyway, I really can't swap it all. I was thinking maybe I could go for like maybe a substitute here. Like, get a couple of substitutes up, right, to get some more Toxic damage. What am I going to do? It's going to have Fissure! I'm like, oh, no. So, I went for the Venom Drench, and then I was thinking, let's go for the Venom Drench, because I'd say it's probably, it's going to take me out anyway with the sand and stuff. So, that's going to drop its everything, pretty much. But the problem about that is, right, because Fissure isn't affected by those, sort of things like dropping attack and special attack. So, I thought, well, my only real hope here is to go for the substitute, get some more Toxic damage up against Extra Drill, and take this thing out. Now, Extra Drill is going to go for a Horn Drill. Man, what is with me and Horn Drill and Fissure? Like, seriously, you guys just bring these Pokemon moves for trolling. So, we got the substitute fading away there. I am going to get hit by the sand again. So, I really can't go for any moves at all. But at the same time, right, I don't want to lose my Slazzle. Guys, I was thinking I could swap that out, right, and bring in Smeagol. It doesn't even matter if Smeagol goes down. Poor Smeagol. It just didn't have much luck this battle. This is going to have Double Team too. What is with people bringing Double Team, Fissure, and Horn Drill to a battle? It's like, oh my god, I know they just want to make me soul. I know they just want to make me soul. Alright, so we got the Extra Drill taking some more Toxic damage. That thing will be down in 2 turns. And now it's going to go for a Fissure, and it's going to land against my Smeagol, taking me out. Oh man, no. Okay, so the Smeagol is going to go down. Poor thing. How shocking. So we got the Toxic damage doing more to the Extra Drill. Extra Drill is gone in 1 turn. Oh man, I'm sick of this Pokemon run. I'm totally sick of it. So back into Salazzle here. And now we got the Slazzle going for the Venoshock. I can't do anything against it. And I just went for the, I just went for any move because I had to risk it, people. I had nothing to even do against it. And the Sandstorm isn't going to take me out, which is nice. And Extra Drill is going to go down. Thank goodness that didn't hit my Slazzle. Okay, so we got the next Pokemon as the Tauros. Tauros is only on a little bit of health here. And I've got to take this thing out. So the Sandstorm, annoyingly, was still around. Once again, I didn't really want to lose my Salazzle. I mean, I played it really, I gotta admit, I played it really, really risky before that. Okay, so going to Behemoth. Oh, it's going to have a Rage again on my Behemoth, doing some absolutely amazing damage there. I figured here I could go for the Psyshock and take out the Tauros, and I might be able to set up, maybe a couple of Cosmic Powers and stuff against this thing. However, we got the Tauros using Rest. No, guys, I just realized something. I haven't used Rest and Sleep Talk in this battle. Are you guys surprised by that? Let me know in the comment section if you're actually genuinely surprised. But this team didn't even have Rest and Sleep Talk. Man, I don't know what's going on today. So I'm going to go for the Psyshock there. Does some solid damage to Tauros. It's a clean 2-hit KO. And now we got the Tauros going for this Stomping Tantrum here. That's not going to do much to me at all. And I'm going to go for another Psyshock, taking out the Tauros. So all we got left is one more Pokemon, people. Now I've got a Slazzle on 3 health. I've got a Big Bad Behemoth on pretty good health that I can go for the Recover as well. And the last Pokemon we got is the Gardevoir. It's going to trace my analytics. So like, okay. I mean, the only thing that'll actually probably come in useful against is if my Slazzle outspeeds it, which it's going to. So we got the Mega Gardevoir as the last Pokemon. And I was like, okay, well, I've got Slazzle. Slazzle's going to play a pretty big part and actually take this thing out. Maybe if I can get this Gardevoir within range right to take out. I was thinking, if I go for my Z move, even if I go down to the Mega Gardevoir and then go for my Slazzle Venoshock. That was sort of my plan at this point in the game anyway. I knew this move was not going to be very effective, but coming from Behemoth, I thought it'd still hit reasonably hard. I might be able to, take at least a quarter of damage off this thing, maybe a little bit more depending on what the actual EV spread on it is. So go for my Z move on the Gardevoir. I still like shiny Mega Gardevoir, but probably better than the the normal one. So that does well over my expectation. Does a little bit more. They're very close to half health, and now we've got the Confuse Ray coming from the Gardevoir. I'm a little bit confused at the moment, people. So I've been paralyzed. I've been confused. I was like, I wonder what this set actually is. I know it's going to be scum because my scum detector it's going off at the moment. So go for another Psyshock on the Gardevoir, and the next one will take it out. And people, you know what happens next, right? They're going to go for a rest. I was like, oh, what is this set going to be? So we got Rest, we got Thunder Wave, and we've got Confused Ray. So I had it, after seeing it going to set, I was like, there's only one thing that it can actually do to me. There's only one move that I know that it's going to use, and that is going to be Snore. So we got the Psyshock there, which is going to be our 3-hit KO. I got another one on, which is really important. So we got the Gardevoir, which is going to be asleep, and it's going to, of course, go for Snore. It's not going to do a lot of damage to Behemoth, but Snore does have a chance of flinching, and not only am I flinch, I'm paralyzed and confused as well. So it's a very, very scummy strategy, and Gardevoir is obviously also outspeeding me too, getting that flinch chance. So the next Snore is going to take me out. Oh man, I cannot lose to a Snore Gardevoir. Did that even rhyme? So we got the last Pokemon is Slazzle, which is on 3 health. Now, the thing about this Gardevoir, right, it's going to have to take me out with Snore, right? None of its other moves are going to take me out, unless it goes for the Confuse Ray. All right, so it's going to leave the next Venoshock, and they're going to go for the Snore. They should have probably used Rest or Confuse Ray then at the end, because that one is game. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Man, it's quite a long set of videos today. Got some good theme teams at the end too, people. Now, I will be back tomorrow with the theme team. I say it'd be on not Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. Man, what did I say that for? I say it'd be on the Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and peace.